Hello, everybody. We're live.
What's up? I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, Megan's back. Meg.
That's okay. Megan is fine too.
Meg
Doesn't matter.
is back. Hello.
Hello. You guys probably enjoyed Coral last week. She is a hoot.
A hoot.
A hoot.
She's a hoot.
She is very knowledgeable. I enjoy talking to her.
Very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So today we are going to be speaking about indigo children, rainbow children, not in that order. I always mess up the order. Indigo, crystal, then rainbow children. Did I get that right?
You did get that right.
Cool.
And they all fall under one name. Star children?
Star seeds. Star children.
Yeah,
Star.
same thing? Same thing.
Star.
Yeah. Sun star. We're sun star. No.
Sun starring. So these are... You have a good definition, actually.
I do have a good definition. Well, first of all, they're all practically the same. So most of them have, oh my gosh, there's more similarities than there are differences. There are some differences, which is why there's different names. But we're all practically here for the same thing.
Yeah, because they're
Sarah.
The children of the last one, right? Like the crystals are the children of the indigos.
Yeah.
And then the rainbows are the children of the crystal.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're so similar, right? Because you're parenting these other ones.
Exactly. So. And I'm sure that there are children before the indigos too that were just never named.
Yeah, like it's just a... Well, we get into that too, a little bit of the history.
Because technically, I'm an indigo, and I know that my mom is like me too. Like, same thing.
I thought you were going to be like, my mom's just my mom. Like, no. She's just around, you know? Like, I don't know what my parents are, and me personally, I say this later too, and I'm going to say it again, but I just personally don't like to label myself as really anything. I'm just here. I'm doing stuff.
Exactly.
You know? Mm-hmm. So, but... That doesn't mean you can't label yourself. You know,
I mean, and you don't really want to label, I guess, but it can give you a sense of belonging. If you feel like you're lost, if you feel like I'm so different from everyone around me, you haven't really found that community. Yeah,
it's kind of like almost like tribalism in a way, where it's just like, hey, there's other people out there like me, and I don't have to be alone.
Yeah.
But one quick thing, and
Hi, Kate.
Hey, Kate. Always forget to talk about this. We do have a giveaway, like every other week. This is a very special giveaway. It's a very large giveaway. So, a very nice quartz crystal, nice clear quartz.
So we just got these in recently, which is why I wanted to pick this one.
They were made in Brazil.
Oh yeah, it has a sticker right there.
Created in Brazil.
But they are so beautiful. You can't really tell with this lighting, but there are rainbows. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the lighting is a little different in here, so the rainbows won't show too much. But it is a very nice crystal, nonetheless. Great for energy directing, creating a crystal grid, what have you. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think we can at least talk as far as the giveaway goes. As always, we have a couple crystals to show you and bring up as far as what's good for indigo, crystal, and rainbow. See, I did it. Children. But, clear quartz is good nonetheless as well, and we'll speak on that a little bit too.
Yeah. So this is our giveaway. In order to be entered in to win it, you just have to comment at any time during this live stream. So just say like hi. Exactly. Hi, Nina.
Hello, Nina.
Or literally just say anything you want. As long as you comment, you will be entered into the giveaway.
All right.
Okay.
So without further ado, let's talk on the indigo, crystal, and rainbow. I'm not good at the order.
You did it. You did the right order that time. You're good, Andrew. Hi, Carrie.
Hello, Carrie.
All right, so I found this definition, which is like the most simple definition you can use for an indigo child, which is, in simple terms, an indigo child is a warrior spirit, always challenging and questioning the ways of the world, and has a strong sense of a higher purpose.
Is that you?
Is that you? So throughout this live stream, when we talk about the indigo, crystal, and rainbow children, we're going to talk about all of the different characteristics, which will then help you determine if either you are one, if your child is one, or if someone you know is one.
And we're going to talk about, we will speak on, like, if you're a parent of this child and you have some difficulties because they're either too independent or they just look at you and say your idea is dumb. Well, I mean, we're going to talk about ways that you can encourage this instead of just put it to the side. So when they're like 22, they're not just like, wait a second. Just like a lot of us that happened to, where, we hit our late teens and early 20s and we're just like, hold on a minute, I'm not crazy. You know? And, we don't want that for our kids. So we'll talk on that too.
All right. So I think the way I want to start this is I want to share my story of how I found out about indigo children and found out that I was an indigo child. So since I was a child, growing up, I felt different. I definitely, I had friends, but I did feel different than them. I always felt connected to spirit or something higher. I can remember vividly going out in my yard and going to the woods and talking to people or angels or fairies or whatever. Very, very strong imagination. I was always creative. My mom taught me, my mom is like a huge person behind my spiritual side. She taught me young about God and praying, and almost every single night I was talking to somebody. So when I was in middle school, my mom gave me a book called Embraced by the Light, and that was of a woman's true story of how she had a near-death experience and experienced heaven or the other side, whatever you want to call it, and then she came back into her human body, and then she wrote about her experience. Well, that I became addicted to. I bought every single book on near-death experiences that I could. I was so intrigued and interested in this stuff, and nobody else I knew was, besides my mom. So I couldn't really talk to my friends about it without sounding like a crazy person. But it just became a huge part of my life. And I always had been very empathetic. My mom would say I would cry very easily at hurt animals or homeless people, and I just always cared about the earth and wanting to make it a better place and all that stuff. But anyways, so flash forward, I went to my mom's cousin's house, and we literally just went there to hang out and have girls' day and catch up. This was one of my first times meeting my mom's cousin, because I hadn't really known her before that. But in this particular hangout sesh is when I found out that she had a gift. She was a psychic medium. Although she doesn't do it for the public, she doesn't charge anyone, she really just does it for herself and friends and family. So no one would know of her. But she is one of the most gifted mediums I have ever met. So right away when she was giving me a reading, she was like explaining a whole day that I had with my friends, like what they looked like, where I was, everything about it. And she had no idea, like, at all of this day in my life. I'm like, what? How do you know this? But anyways, near the end of the reading, she held my hands and looked me in the eyes and said, "You are an indigo child." And I'm like, what? What is that? Right away, I felt really happy about it. I'm like, oh my God, is this the answer I've been looking for this whole time? Is that why I'm so different from everybody? Like, what is this? So, let's just say after I found that out, I went home and I did all the research in the world. I bought several books. I just read up on everything. I took all these online quizzes, and sure enough, it all pointed to the fact that I was an indigo child. So that is how I personally found out I was an indigo child. And then, let's see.
I wrote papers on Megan's history.
So many.
It's actually a book on Megan.
It was great finding that out, but then I still felt really alone in my spiritual path, because nobody else around me was an indigo child that I knew of at the time. Nobody knew what indigo children was. Like, I was the first person to find out about it. I honestly never heard of
any of this until I met you.
Oh, really?
Never knew.
So I think to this day, I've actually only met 2 other people who know that they're indigo children.
Hello, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy. For example, my Cambo practitioner who I just saw, he was one of them. But yeah, to this day, only 2 other people in my life who know they're indigo children. But as for meeting indigo children, I realized over time that the majority of the people around me are as well. They just were like me and just didn't have a name for it or knew what it was. But yeah. So
Sick.
I guess that's my story. I guess we'll talk about now what exactly makes somebody an indigo child and what the traits are and how, actually, we should mention first how this term came about.
Oh, yeah. So the indigo children, from some research. Now, I did say earlier that I personally don't like to label myself as anything, but the more and more I did this research, the more and more I was looking at indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children. It falls in line with a lot that's happened to me in my life, but just with how my brain works, I don't label myself things unless someone is like, you are this, and I'm just like, okay, that makes sense. You know,
this.
because, well, that's the thing, is that like I have a tough time adhering to the label if I'm not like fully sure. Like if I'm like 99.9% sure, I'm still just like, nah, I'm not anything. So like, you know, and I just kind of like rolling with whatever I do, because whatever I do is just kind of what I do. But hello, Evie. We are also excited about this. The indigo children are considered to be an upgraded blueprint. Don't get super egotistical, but like an upgraded blueprint of humanity. You know, so don't go around being like, I'm an indigo child.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, don't, like, because that, so here's the thing. One of the traits is that they can have some level of an inflated ego because they know they're just like, not like I'm better than you, but it's just like, yo, I know some stuff, you know? And it's just like, I feel some stuff. And it's just like, I know you don't know or feel some stuff because I can't see it in you. That's another thing about this too, is that, a good way to explain it is like when like sees like, right? It's like magnets.
We can easily detect other people.
So yeah, if you put a magnet near a magnet, what happens? Shing. So it's the same thing. It makes that noise too. It's the same thing when 2 indigo children, when 2 crystal children, or when 2 indigo and crystal children, I don't know, there's 9 combinations, so figure it out. Yeah. Is that when they meet each other, they're just like, and they're like, yeah, okay. So
yeah, and I do want to point out too, kind of going off of what you're talking about, is what makes the world go round is how different we all are.
Yes.
Everybody here has a purpose. We are all meant to be different, because if we were all the same, then it wouldn't work.
No, yeah.
So yeah,
the
that's
biggest
another
thing is like when people come up to me and they're like either super depressed or something like that, and they're like, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm like, are you breathing? They're like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, there's something. I was like, you're supposed to be here. So at least build off of that. The fact that you're supposed to be here. Figuring it out is the fun part. When you already figured it out, then what do? You just do the thing. But, you know, so enjoy the journey. Most people, you know what? Actually, I'm going to pause for a second. Most people hate the journey because they're just like, oh, it's so boring. It's so taxing. It's boring. It's this, it's that. Why not enjoy it? You know, like, it's like reading a book. When you get to the end of the book, you're like, sick, I know the story. But during the whole time of the book, a lot of people are like, oh, what's the next part? What's the next part? If you keep focusing on the next thing, you're going to miss the whole point of why you even started it and why you're even here. So don't celebrate yourself. We've talked about that a billion times. So do it. So through this, they bring their light work or healing work to the table and help others become enlightened. So a lot of times you'll see indigo. Like, oh, hi, hi, Micheline. Sorry, I always go to say Michelle, and then so you'll generally find, at least in my experience, you'll find a lot of indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children as the newer spiritual leaders, right? Or like the newer like teachers or someone that can guide you. They don't have to be like on a mountain on a chair and you're like, oh my God, and they're like, hello. You know, it's not, I mean, it could be like that somewhere, some mountain that I've never been to, that I've never experienced. But, you know, you might find someone that like tells you something, you're like, oh my God, that just changed my whole mind. Or that changed my whole life. And they're just like, well, that's something I knew the whole time. Like, I didn't know it would be so mind blowing, you know, but here it is, you know. So you'll find a lot of those children being in that sort of role. And the color actually has to do with the aura that's found around the children, which is an indigo like aura. Usually you have your clear cut colors for aura, or your baseline aura. Excuse me. Sorry, I had some Wendy's for lunch.
Thought it was BK.
I'm honest. What?
Thought it was BK.
Nah, Burger King hurts my stomach.
But okay.
I mean, Wendy's does too. So anyways, everyone's aura changes depending on what chakra you're focusing on or need to focus on or what you're in, but everyone has a baseline aura where if you're just like chilling, that's it. And these children have indigo as their aura, which I'm so bad at colors. What is it? In between purple and blue?
Yes, exactly.
Something like that. I always thought that was like fuchsia or something, but apparently
it's
that's
like,
in between.
I feel like it's a
pink.
deep purple with like a blue tint. I don't know.
That's already like, I'm just like, what is that? I don't know. I'm so bad at colors, it's unbelievable. So,
do you have who first came up with the concept?
I don't have that.
Okay, I have that.
But it was in the 70s.
Okay, so yeah, it was in like the 70s. And Nancy, and Tate.
My nanny came up with it.
I wrote Nanny, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm assuming it's Nancy. So, anyways, she first came up with it, and she said that the indigos are a group of highly evolved individuals, all whom share certain psychological traits that mark them as existing outside, maybe even above the norm. And then later on, Doreen Virtue, another spiritual writer, had written some books, along with Lee Carroll, on the indigo children. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty much, yeah, in the 1970s. Doreen Virtue said that indigo children were born in 1978 or later.
Which makes sense. Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Yeah, that was like a whole like festival of I feel like I'm gonna totally ruin this for like people who actually were there. It was like a bunch of people who were like, you know, like against the grain, right? Against the man, blah, 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 you know, that were like convening for like basically a festival of just fun. I'm sounding like such an idiot. Anyone out there who can explain Burning Man better than me, please do. Because I was not alive during that time, you know? So I just know like everyone always talks about Burning Man and stuff. So like,
I'll have to do some
basically like
research on that.
The 60s, the 70s, there was like that movement of like, you know, let's actually care about our earth. Let's care about the people around us. Let's like vibe. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy our time. And those people actually gave birth. Counterculture Festival. What is that? Like Mad Max, but with hippies. Yeah, pretty much. but like, so it was like, so I think like those people would have given birth to the indigo children, because something I also realized too is that these children coming from the universe, wherever, okay, I'm going to say we. Sure, fine. Like we, they, etc. If you feel like you fall into this, I can say we. So it's like a sense of community. But they're choosing their parents wisely.
Yeah.
Whether it's a parent that needs to teach you something to make you realize this thing about you, or it's a parent that's going to enhance your abilities here. You're
I want to go
choosing them
off of that.
Huh?
I want to go off of that.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Hi,
Hello,
Karen.
So, basically, like, in my experience, real quick, is that, like, in my family, let's just say there have been people who have done both, where it brought me to a place to understand it, and it brought me to a place to enhance the abilities that I do have. Since I was a child. Always going against the grain. Always being like, honestly, I'll say it, like, I'm more of, and I know people are afraid of this word, but it's not that bad if you really think about it, more of like the anarchist type, where it's like we need a reformation of government. We don't need more of the crap we have. And this isn't political, so let's just stop that right there. This is not a political conversation. But it's more of like we need a community. We need a life that we can live together, not as like you against you, I make more than you, I do more than you. Who gives a crap? We're working together. If one day I take a rest because I did a crap ton yesterday and you do more today, well, okay, cool. You picked the fruit today, I picked the fruit yesterday. Whatever, it's not a big deal. And let's just say it goes 5 days. It doesn't matter. The point is what I'm trying to say is that it's like more of a reformation to what we used to be instead of what we are now, is where I kind of generally stand. But I know you wanted to say something too. So.
That's okay. I was just going off of the parent thing.
Yeah, go for it. So back to the parent thing.
Back to the parent thing. So normally, like we said earlier, indigo children tend to have crystal children who then tend to have rainbow children. It's kind of like the order. And then I believe that indigo children had parents that were somewhat connected as well. Like, they just don't have a name for
Green
it.
parents. Why not?
Green parents.
Yeah, why not?
My mom actually has more paranormal experiences in her life out of anybody that I know. She actually had one last night. My stepbrother came and visited her and said her name right in her ear last night. So I woke up to those texts this morning. She's like, "Oh my God, I yelled at him to stop. It scares me." She is so scared of it all. She has yet to really accept and delve into her gift because she's just terrified of it. So that's something that her and I were working on together going forward. But
what can be
also,
a scary thing?
Yeah.
It can be
it is scary. I mean, I've seen a ghost in front of me. It was definitely scary. So
if you don't have that self-assurance where you feel like you know what you can do in that situation, it's terrifying. Anything's terrifying in that.
No, it's definitely terrifying. Yeah. So I don't blame her. But also, I was reading, which makes a lot of sense, indigo children and crystal children, they've been on this earth before. So they may have karmic stuff that they need to live out. So the majority of us have had kind of rough childhoods, have gone through some trauma, either when they were a child, teenager, or early 20s, have gone through some shit because they need to get through their karma first. So it tends to happen like boom, 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 boom. But then...
sorry.
But then the rainbow children are actually said to not have been on this earth before. They may have lived lives but on other earths, but they haven't been here yet, so they don't have any karmic stuff they need to live out. So they tend to be born into I don't want to say normal families, but a non...
What do we call children that don't listen? Well, I mean, indigo children, I suppose.
Yeah, so indigo children are very rebellious, but yeah.
We don't see the reason to... If we have... Let's just say, if I keep saying we now, if there is something that is in your mind that you think is right, nothing is going to stop you from following that. Because you're following your heart, you're following your mind. And even if your parent is like, "Don't cook mac and cheese tonight," you're just like, "Screw that." Hey, Nick. You're just like, "Screw that. No, I want mac and cheese. That's how it is. So I'm going to do it." So no matter what you say, it's happening. It's kind of like that, where I'm sure that may have even been the exact scenario. I know, that used to happen to me when I was a kid. But
my God,
something on, crap, you said something that was gonna whatever, it's fine. I'm sure it'll pop up again if it needs to.
Just to finish the rainbow children one. Since they don't have karma they need to live out.
I was gonna build off of
they that. Just that means they have so much more. They start living out their what they're here to do,
their spiritual
right away.
Existence
they don't need to deal with the karma stuff first.
What I noticed too is that as far as people who have told me that they're indigo children, or people that just from knowing what I know and are I can deduce that they are, their karma that they need to work through. Let's say we take what we would consider the norm of a human being, right? And not to put anyone on a pedestal, again, don't go off and be super egotistical. But if we take what is a norm human being, norm, whatever that may be, and then we take an indigo child, right? The karma for them will actually last less amount of time than a norm, only because we have work to do. We have stuff to do. We have time. We don't have that much time either. I mean, the average human lifespan, at least in the United States, is like, what, 81? We don't have a lot of time. So we have to make sure we get through our crap, we've learned it, and we're like, all right, now we gotta
we're
go
here
off.
to make some changes.
Exactly.
Which then actually will bring us into the next topic of... Actually, should we just talk about all the characteristics first and then talk about what we're here to do?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the characteristics and then what we are here to do. So, indigo child characteristics.
One of the biggest things is the rebellion.
Yes.
And I just so heavily resonate with that.
So, for example, we're growing up, we're in the school systems, we automatically know these bright lights in these classrooms are not good for us. It's bad to be in this enclosed area sitting on our asses for like
Literally,
7
it's
hours.
like, is no one else getting headaches right now?
A lot of us tend to have learning disabilities and ADHD because of this. We're not meant to sit in a chair for that long every single day. That's just not how we're built. And so we know that right away. We get mad about that. We become rebellious.
Because it feels like a jail. Like, it feels like, even though you're going home and you know you're going to go home, it still feels like jail. I mean, you're there for 8 hours out of the day, you know? So, yeah. But now, like, normal people going to school, you'll notice they're just like, yeah, I'm just going to go to school. I'm just going to do my homework. I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. You know, like,
I definitely know a lot of normal people that hate school, too.
well, and it's not just like, I don't want to call people idiots, but it's just like, you know, like in my head, like when I was a kid, I'm just like, how are you not questioning anything around you?
Yeah. Like, so again, we question everything.
That's another trait, actually.
Yeah, it's so hard. We're strong-willed and we are independent from birth. So it's very hard for us to listen to adults and parents and like follow rules and stuff because we can see right through it. Like it doesn't make sense to us. Like what? For example, on Halloween one year, it really wasn't even that cold out, but the person that was babysitting me was like, you need to wear your winter coat under your Halloween costume and mittens and a hat and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I just want to look cute in my costume and go trick-or-treating for an hour.
And the first thing, it's like
so upset. I'm like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. Like, no, she's like...
It's like the 3 meal a day thing. It's like, that's just how humans are. It's like, first of all, that's actually not how humans are. Number one, you eat when you're hungry.
Yeah.
If I'm not hungry, but it's lunchtime, gotta stuff my face. Like, what? No, that's so stupid. That doesn't make any sense. You eat when you're hungry. You know, you put on a jacket if you're cold. You're not. I get so upset. You see, I'm already upset. I'm just like, no, rise against these stupid comments. But it's just like, that's what it is. You know, like when I have literally met people where they're like, yeah, I don't question the universe because we're just here, we do our stuff, and we die. And I'm just like, wow, that gives me super anxiety. You don't go outside and even be like, why is the sky blue? They're like, it's just blue. I'm like, gross.
I know.
How do you not think?
I don't get it.
How do you not think? You don't use your brain? It's like, but I watch them use their brain. They go to work, they go do stuff, and I'm just like, but like, you're not like, you don't want to know why the leaf looks like that?
Question everything. We always wonder what else is out there. Like, why are we on this spinning thing in the middle of this universe? Like, are there aliens? Is there life out there? Like, where did we come from? Do we just die and rot in the ground? No.
Notice how pent up we're just like.
So yeah, no, we're constantly like thinking about all of these things where like, you know, other people are just like, yeah, no, I just do my thing and then I die one day and then that's it.
Susan, question. Wait a minute.
Oh, can you roll it down?
Can you roll the comments down a little bit?
Question everything. Yeah, we question everything.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna be like question.
So you have the rebellion, you have the questioning everything. Going along with the rebellion thing, we are more prone to addictions too.
Yes.
Because sometimes it can be so much, like too much, like all of our questioning and stuff that we're just like, oh my God, we just fall into
then
stuff.
Falls into like some level of depression.
Yeah, we
like
struggle with depression, anxiety, most of the time.
Especially anxiety. I feel as though that the anxiety is almost higher than the depression because I feel like the anxiety is what causes the depression.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, imagine being nervous all day and like questioning something all day. There was one day, I remember, I'll tell a little story real quick. I was in my, remember this. So I don't remember a lot. That's why I get really excited when I remember something. So I was in my driveway at my old house, and my dad was looking at me, and he was like, why are you so like tense and, you know, nervous? Because like my dad, I love my dad. I love him. He's amazing.
Great dad.
He's like a best friend. Yeah, she knows my dad. He's like my best friend. He's great. But I won't lie. He's a good example of someone who doesn't question things. He never is just like, why is this like this? He was just, oh, you know, I go home, I watch TV, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm just like, gross. And then when I ask him questions about things, he's just like, dude, you got to calm down. I was like, oh, no, it needs to happen more.
Which honestly, I'm so like grateful for the people in our lives who are like that though.
Yeah.
They can bring us down and calm us down and be like,
That's
yeah,
true.
you know, you're right. Okay. I just,
where it's just like, maybe I'm thinking too much.
It's okay to not
like,
think so much.
But
Thank
like,
you, Jordan.
So like he was asking me one day, and I was like, Dad, imagine you have one question that someone asks you. How many answers do you have? He was like, well, generally one. I was like, I have an answer that branches into 2, that branches into 4, that branches into so on and so forth until we get into the thousands. And that's, my brain is at the thousands, and I'm just like, this staring into the distance, and people are like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm thinking too much, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh my
like
God.
that's literally every second of our lives. So that's where a lot of the that's where a lot of the anxiety, it's like that's where a lot of the anxiety comes in, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay, so then we're also a part of the anxiety. We're overwhelmed by large crowds. We pick up on other people's energy really easily. We're very empathetic and sensitive beings. We can cry very easily, which I do a lot.
There is a way to put up a spiritual block, which I will talk about, in which you can curb some of your empathetic ways so you can be in a large crowd. You know, we should be able to enjoy a concert. You know,
Yeah.
we should be able to enjoy going to Boston, but to be perfectly Boston, we should be able to go. People were talking about how I have a Boston accent this week, so we should be able to like. But I know when I go to Faneuil Hall, I freak out. But I'm like,
Which
I want to go to the stores.
makes
you know?
us more prone to addiction again.
Yeah.
Like, because we're like, oh my God, I need the things that are going to calm me
Yeah.
down, like drinking lots of alcohol and whatever
stuff,
else.
you know.
Yeah.
Other things.
And then, okay, so on top of that, here's more like positive things.
Yeah, I know. We were so negative for the last like 20
So
minutes, but you got to get that out of the way,
negative.
right? You get the first part out of the way.
So, and on top of it all,
one more negative thing.
Oh, okay, one more negative thing.
On top of what?
Oh, you're talking about me. Okay, I thought you had something to say.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, we're questioning authority, which actually
that's
we
not
kind of
negative.
already talked about
That's
that.
good.
Yeah, we know. We just question
Question it.
Question
You know?
it. Okay, so we are very creative.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to be very gifted in art or music or crafting, along the lines
The
of that.
the yin to
We
the
tend
yang.
to be very, very connected to plants and animals, so we
Mm.
may be drawn to having tons of house plants and a big garden and stuff.
I have too many houseplants.
We love being outside. That's where we feel the most peace. We love hugging trees, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, but not like weirdly,
yeah.
you know.
Animals. So yeah, animals are a big thing. I feel like a lot of people tend to be more drawn to like a vegetarian, vegan diet too, just because of the strong care for animals. I definitely fall into that. And they're free thinkers. They tend to be called old souls, either by themselves or other people call them old souls.
Usually other people though.
Yeah.
Because because we live in a society where we're taught to not think of ourselves. We're taught to not be super egotistical. So you won't think of even if you think of yourself like that, you're not going to go around and be like, oh, I'm an old soul.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Usually people come up to me, even in the shop, and they're just like, dude, and I'm just like sick, like, and because like, I'm not used to, that side of like being like, yeah, this is me, this is this, so usually a lot of times other people I feel like will be telling you.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to be called an old soul like all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand what that meant, but pretty
So
much
there you go,
what
Sarah.
that means is
Own it,
we've
Sarah.
been here before. We've had many
Yeah.
lifetimes before.
Yeah.
We already got this.
Yeah, it's like
We're
kind of like constantly going to the same store over and over again, and you're like, damn, did I get all the items this time, or do I gotta go back? Hi, do you have any written materials to share? Ooh, okay, so
Oh, can you
soon
scroll it down?
we will be so Chris, soon we will be putting up blogs of all our notes and things like that, like through our website. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We'll probably be making posts and things like that on our Facebook, Instagram. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess that's it for the Indigo's characteristics.
Yeah, I got a couple.
What else you got?
Well, we talked about the pressure. Well, the thing is, it's like I do want to like just bring it back to the beginning where it's like, your goal, even through our low self-esteem, even through how we don't think we're that amazing, and like through our various negative problems. Whoa, the comments disappeared. Through our various different negative aspects. Let's move those aside. Our biggest thing to do here is enact change.
Yes.
So if you feel and heal, you know, like, and through healing, you know, we're not trying to hurt anyone. And you know what? Sometimes we will. No one's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we said earlier, is that we have karma. We have things we need to work through. No one's perfect. And to be perfectly honest, even the Crystal and Rainbow children, no one's perfect. Yeah. Look at what we're in. If we think of us as, you're not looking at the TV and we're just like glowing orbs, but you know, like if we were, I'd honestly, me as a glowing orb, I'd freak out. I'd look at the TV and be like, oh my God, like fly away. And like, you know, but like, cause like that's terrifying. Our brains don't understand that, but that's what you are. You're like a glowing orb of whatever light you want to be. But like, you know, that's your energy, right? And we're in this, so like we're living in a human experience. Yeah. So we will upset people. We will do this. So don't let that hinder you. Just learn from it. You know, that's the big thing.
One of the biggest things is we're gonna be judged.
And you know what? Most of the time, it's gonna be ourselves.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
You're gonna look at your own life and you're gonna be like, crap. Like, you'll be like,
I do that a lot.
I did it again. Or like
sometimes
the 1000th
we wish that
time.
we weren't ourselves.
You know, like where like that'll happen. And you know, you just gotta learn, you just gotta go through it, but realize you're here to enact change. You're here to heal, you're here to help. So
that is why we were drawn to those things, which since we have arrived, there have already been a lot of big positive differences in the world.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of negative shit too, don't get me wrong, but we are starting to pave the path for the Rainbow Children, who then are really going to be making the biggest difference, I think. Yeah,
and you know, something on the negative stuff of the world too, it's like, that is, as unfortunate as it is, that's the wrecking ball for everyone to start realizing, wait, not everything's just hunky-dory.
Exactly.
You know, if we're stagnant and we think things are good, it's worse than being in the apocalypse. Stagnancy is worse because there's no change happening, good or bad. Things need, I'm not saying yes, bad things, but the negative things in the world help you realize what is wrong so you then can fix it. Yeah. If you can't see, then how are you going to do? Exactly. You know, like it's not going to happen. So
a small example of change is I find more now a lot of people are getting into organic foods and more natural products on all of this stuff. So like we're becoming more aware. Yeah. I've been like that since I was younger. I mean, I actually was very sensitive to like more chemical derived stuff, like getting hives and stuff. So I tended to go towards more natural things anyways. But we're realizing that like all these ingredients can actually like cause cancer. Red 40 can cause behaviors. And also, it can kill plants. Red 40, absolutely. Not good. So why do we want to bring that into our bodies? I wish M&Ms didn't have red 40.
Well, don't eat the red ones. Wait, or the orange ones. The green ones are fine. Just eat only green and blue. They taste better anyways.
And then also with like skincare ingredients too, it's becoming a thing where like, oh my gosh, all these ingredients can mimic estrogen in the body, and like this is all not good stuff that we do not want to ingest it, put it on our bodies, put it in the land. We do not want to do that.
Covering your pores.
We're like, starting to like change all of these things because we're starting to like recognize like my parents and their parents especially, like, they'll put on all these chemicals all day, ingest all these chemicals all day long, like, without thinking about it. But we're starting to think about it. We're starting to make changes, which is why you're seeing online more organic choices, more all natural. It's like,
or at least
sulfate free, like,
some
warning
level of,
labels
like,
too. So,
and you know, for anyone who doesn't know, just speaking on products and stuff, there are, I don't know the websites off the top of my head, but there are websites you can go to and type in certain products.
Think Dirty.
All right,
Think Dirty. Download the app. You can type anything into it, and it'll tell you what's good, what's okay, and what's bad.
Yeah,
what you should be using, what you should be staying away from.
Like, I honestly,
it's pretty cool.
It was like, I use Old Spice deodorant, kind of TMI, I suppose. I guess, I don't know, but you know, certain not flavors. We don't eat it. What is it? What is it? Scents. Certain certain scents.
Looks like there's another app, by the way, Yucca.
Oh, Yucca.
Yucca.
Or Yucca.
I don't know.
Yucca. Whatever. Yucca.
Hi,
Lynette. That are worse than the others for deodorant. Like, I think Old Spice Original or Pure Sport was worse than Fresh.
Oh.
And Fresh was worse than the one I'm using now, which is like Kraken Guard or something. So it's interesting because like the scents are changing because we're using different chemicals to enact those scents. So something to just look into.
Yeah. So that was just one example of one of the things that we're here to change.
Deodorant.
Like, I want to talk about Greta Thunberg. Is it Thunberg or Thunberg?
Thunberg.
Thunberg. Yeah. Okay, so she, for example, is a crystal child in my eyes. And I say crystal, she has autism, which she talks about. And I was going to say a lot of crystal children actually tend to have autism or ADHD. Hello. So, anyways, she is making a huge positive impact in the world right now.
Yes.
She is like speaking everywhere, writing books, like she is making so much change, and I am so grateful to be alive when she is. So yeah, we're pretty much here to heal, to bring change, to help our earth and try to fix our earth before it gets destroyed. You know,
one of my my biggest argument usually for people who don't believe in global warming, at least, is, and again, I know that has become political, but let's just, I don't mean this in any political stance. One of my biggest things is that, okay, Earth is going to burn. All right, when you go home tonight, are you going to light your house on fire? Usually people are like, no, that's ridiculous. I'm like, okay, that's the answer right there. It's ridiculous. Don't let Earth burn either, because that's the biggest home you got.
Yeah.
That's the only home you got. You're not going to go to your house and light it on fire, so why are you lighting everything else on fire?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
And I think it's good that we're not just thinking about our lifetime, because chances are by the time that we're old and dying, things are still going to be
exactly the way they are now.
But then years and years later, our future grandchildren, great-grandchildren, whatever, they're going to be really experiencing
if you believe in reincarnation and if you happen to stay in your own family, you might be your own great-great-grandchild. So think about yourself, too.
All right, so
that's a whole different discussion.
Now I'm going to go into the crystal children characteristics. Because they're similar but a little bit different. So crystal children tend to be born a little bit later than the indigos. So most of the crystal children right now are probably teenagers, early 20s-ish, I'd say.
I would say probably 14, 15 to now-ish.
Yeah. So they are likely to possess psychic abilities. They don't have to. They're very in tune with their inner voice, so their intuition.
Some people don't have an inner voice at all.
Really?
That's a thing.
Wow.
Where some people, I know someone who, I know a couple people who don't, where I'm like, when you think of something, there's not a voice, they're like, I hear nothing.
Really?
That's terrifying, because it seems like you're just
what?
That
does sound terrifying.
When they think of if I'm think of a red apple, they can't see the apple.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Because I'm a very, very visual person.
Same.
I can make up a whole world in my head And
can
I
create a
could
new
have
fruit in my head,
never
yeah.
seen it before on this
Yeah.
earth, and I can just visualize this whole beautiful thing,
Yeah.
like in an instant. But yeah, no, some people can't do that.
Yeah, it's just to like say, just interesting information.
So yeah, crystal children can do that. They do not have a need to manipulate others.
Which is
Interesting.
interesting, because you would think, why would anyone have a need? But you can do that without even realizing it,
Yeah.
too. So these children will not even do it innately.
Oh.
Like, won't even do it passively.
They're earthy. Crystal children are either autistic or on the autism spectrum. Yes. I used to be a behavioral therapist, so I used to work with children who were on the spectrum, and a lot of them were so gifted. Oh my gosh. Like, I used to just sit and talk with them for hours, and they were like just so empathetic and like sensitive, and it was just a really beautiful thing. So
Well, you know,
they're
like,
going to make changes, big
and I'm
changes.
glad we're moving in a direction. I'm not going to say we're there yet, because there's always work to be done. But we're moving in a direction where if you're on the spectrum for any reason, that it's less of a negative stigma.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
when
it's
we were
not
kids-
negative whatsoever.
When we were kids, you were made fun of.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was it. Like, you know, so, you know.
Which is so sad.
Yeah,
It
you know.
absolutely broke my heart.
Oh, which led to a lot of
Breaks
parents
my
to
heart.
not get, you know, help for their children, because they're like, I don't want that to be happening. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's
So a lot of children didn't get
it's-
the help
and it's
that they needed.
not a bad
Just-
thing, as we
No,
know. It's,
not at all.
You're just born. You're you, and you're you for a reason. You know, because possibly this. you know, like why,
Yeah.
why just ignore it? You know, you're here for this, so like do it.
Let's see. Crystal children are physically and mentally sensitive. They're spontaneous and may act without regard for consequences. They love climbing and have a strong sense of balance. They're very affectionate, but may lack personal boundaries. They love expressing themselves through music and singing. They easily suffer from sensory overload. So that's something that indigo children can experience too. Something
Sarah,
that I definitely do.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, but you know exactly what we're talking about. You know, that's
yeah.
No, that shouldn't happen.
No.
You know, and like, and it was like not ignoring what you said, but reading her comment
Yeah.
is that like no parent should shame their kids for anything.
No.
Like, a parent should, nothing against your mom, you know, because I can't, that's rude if I say anything against your mom, very obviously. But the thing is that a parent is here to guide, teach, and your children should always end up being better than you. And if you shame them for something, you're basically making sure that that isn't going to happen. So, in my opinion, it's the same thing as a teacher. Like, I'm a music teacher. I tell all my students, you are going to be better than me. I don't want you to be as good as me. I don't want you to be less than me. I want you to be better than me. Because if you create better music than me, that means if you ever teach, music just keeps getting better and better and better and better. That's the whole point. But that's just as an example, is that the parents are teachers. So they're supposed to be here for our kids. And that goes into how to actually, we're going to talk about this later, about how parents can encourage these children. But yeah, yes. I'll be actually right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'll be right
We
back.
will be right back. Okay, well, I'm almost done with the crystal children characteristics here. Okay, so they have a strong physical response to negative events. So, for example, my aunt, who's the psychic, she's not a crystal child, but my aunt, who's a psychic medium, she could sense when 9/11 was about to happen, and she got violently sick. So throwing up, everything for days right before they announced on the news 9/11. So they, let's see, what else? And they are honest. That's a good one. So rainbow children, similar but different. So I'll go through those characteristics while Andrew is in the bathroom. So they are loving to everyone and entirely fearless of everybody. They have very strong wills and personalities and may be described as stubborn. They have extremely high energy. They are highly attuned to color and color vibrations. color vibrations. Do you know what that means, Tom? I have no idea.
Frequencies.
I'm going to look that up when Andrew comes back. They have passionate creativity. They bubble over with enthusiasm for everything in life. So if you have little kids right now, or if you have little kids in your family, listen to these traits because they might be a rainbow child. They expect instant manifestation of whatever they need, believed to have healing abilities, which they show from a very early age. They are said to be telepathic. And then, like we said earlier, they often choose indigo or crystal children to be their parents. Andrew, what is a color vibration? Do you have any idea what that means?
Color vibration. So, colors, due to light in science, do vibrate. It's the wavelength of light. So you can call it a vibration. It can be read as wavelength. And just like sound, it has a wave. So what color comes off of things, and what's interesting too is like when we, like the color behind us right now, let's just look at the plant. That's green, right? So that's the only color. I thought you were putting on a blanket. That's the only like color that is not being absorbed by that object, which is interesting to talk about. So when we think of what color we emit, that means it's the color that we're not absorbing by light, because light itself is the mixture of every single color in existence, whether we can see it or not. Which means that, again, I'll say it one more time, the object behind us is absorbing blue, purple, yellow, orange, everything, purple, I think I already said purple, everything red, everything but green. And that's how you can see the green. So color as a vibration is completely, it can even be measured. So yeah, interestingly enough.
Nice. Thank you for explaining that. I was talking about the characteristics of rainbow children.
Oh, all right.
And then it was saying that they're highly attuned to color and color vibration. So that's where the question came from.
Oh, and depending on your vibration too. Because we talk about spiritual enlightenments, things like that. How many times have you heard, oh, we're vibrating at a different level, or you're vibrating at a different level? Vibration, vibration, vibration. You feel the good vibes. What do you think vibe comes from? Vibration. So it's a measurement, essentially, where it's almost like a measurement of your electromagnetic field too. So, which we do have. Yes.
Yes. Alrighty.
We're on the Rainbow Children.
We're on the Rainbow Children.
So I was away for a quick second. I don't know if it was people that were in here, so let me just move through.
All right. They often appear to be in their own world.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that goes for all of us.
That's the thing. Yeah, no, like I feel like, so going off of some of these characteristics, they blend, because if the crystal children are supposed to be the children of the indigos, and the rainbow children are supposed to be the children or the next generation of people, or like of the crystal children, we're parenting these other people.
Yeah.
So
no, we're all very similar.
And what we are going into this other person. So these characteristics will blend, and they'll, work together.
One thing that's on here about the rainbow children is they're late to start speaking, sometimes 3 to 4 years old.
Interesting.
Actually, is when they really start speaking. They're gender fluid or everything fluid, which is what they say. And they don't care what people think of them.
Oh, makes sense. Because it doesn't matter. Again, kind of on the label thing. It doesn't really matter. Everything is just, however you feel.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for all the characteristics that I got. Do you have any more to add on?
The only thing I will start talking about is like the star seeds, where the star seed is a summary of all of it.
Yeah. Okay, so we all fall under
that. We can be called star seeds, then crystal children can be called star seeds, and the rainbow children will be called star seeds because we're, seeds from stars. That's, because like a lot of this is just human labeling, right? Like if, let's say language was never a thing, we wouldn't be talking about this in this way. We would just be like, you do this and you do that. You know, there is no,
Oh my gosh. I had Chinese food earlier. It's making me so tired. Sorry for yawning.
So one thing to say is that talking about how Starseed came about is that these children came from all over the universe, right? Whether we've been here before or not, whether it's our first time here and we're just this celestial, very powerful being, they've come here from all over the universe. They have different psychic abilities, quote-unquote magic, if you will. They're able to heal just by thinking about it. That's another thing, too, is that when we teach other people who have been here, how to do these things, it can be difficult because it's... Imagine being able to do something for 5,000 years and someone's trying to learn it for the first time today and you're like, oh, just do it. And they're just like, what do you mean just do it? And you're like, what do you mean, what do I mean? It's just like, just think about it. And they're like, I don't even know what that is. And you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to teach you. So sometimes it can actually be difficult for us to teach and to help. So we have to be aware that sometimes the people we're teaching and sometimes the people we're helping aren't in the know. I'm not calling them stupid. I'm saying that they're not in the know. Because if you can't, like, it's, again, I'll bring up my music teaching. I'm not going there day one and being like, yo, dude, rip a solo. It's like, no, I got to teach you this is this string, this is that string, this is this string, you know? And it takes time sometimes. It's less time than others, but that, whatever. But I'm not going in there being like shredding on the guitar and being like, you can do that, right? It's like, because what would be the point of us? There'd be no reason. Mm-hmm. If everyone knows how to do it already, well, I'm peacing off of Earth because this place is crazy. So you know, like I'm good. So that's one of the reasons too, you know. But talking about the parenting of it, I know we kind of went into that, but just if your kids are giving you backlash, think of the reason why. They don't just want to piss you off. Sometimes they might. If you've given them backlash back to their backlash, now they just want to piss you off. Like, I know when my parents and I used to get into it when I was a kid, I would just be questioning like, well, why do I need to do this? And they're like, well, because I said so. Nothing pisses me off more than someone telling me because I said so. I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't know you were the creator of the universe.
Communication, like, so important.
Like, tell them why. Kids are curious and you're here to teach them. Isn't it interesting to be able to tell them, oh, well, I don't want you to do this because of this. And then they're going to be like, oh, you know what? Father, mother, that makes sense. Or like whatever, you know, whatever you go by. But point is that like, they'll be like, oh, that makes sense. Now I know truly to not do it, and I'll actually not do it. That's actually better form. That's, what is it? It's a type of parenting. It's informational parenting or something like that. Something like, or transparent parenting.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've heard. It's been like transparency in your parenting, where it's just like, these kids want to know why. And of course, every parent just wants a kid that's like, oh, all right, I just won't do it because you told me to. Well, then you're probably not this, you know, and that's fine. They don't have to be. It's nothing crazy. But, like, if your kid is exhibiting some of this, enable it to a degree. Because I know there are some things I rebelled against when I was a kid where it's just like, yeah, you know, that was probably not a good idea. And, you know, like, you do need to do some level of parenting, but encourage the independence. Encourage the weirdness. If they want to climb a tree and go, bleh, like, just let them. I mean, they're a kid. Like, because... I bet you everyone in this comment section right now wishes they could still climb a tree and just scream at the top of their lungs. You know, nothing crazy, nothing bad. You're not hurting anyone. I can't do that anymore. A, I don't have time. B, my sciatic nerve hurts. So, allow your kids to be themselves. And you know what? If they fall out of the tree and break their arm, well, guess what? Then they know, like, maybe I shouldn't go that high. No. What? No, I'm not saying...
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. Well, I'm not saying push your kid off. What I'm saying is... I'm saying is, like, that might happen. Well, I'm only bringing it up because it's a quite a possibility, and that's what, as a parent, you're afraid of, right?
Yeah.
But allow your kid to be a kid is what I'm trying to say.
I am not a mother yet, but when I worked with kids as a behavioral therapist, I was literally trained to
rage room. Yeah, facts.
Like go into in homes with kids and like really help them and help their parents actually like communicate with each other and find ways to help the children with the, things that they're struggling with. So, they responded so well to, like, if they had tantrums, instead of like yelling at them or locking them in the room or like putting them time out and whatever, like giving them some techniques to like calm themselves down, like for example, like touching things and like pointing things out around the room or like listening to sounds and just to like get them kind of get back into their body, but also using techniques like that, but also just sitting with them and talking to them and hearing them out. Like, yes, they do not want to do their homework and they might say it's stupid, but there could be like a whole other reasoning behind that. It could like really stress them out. They could be having a difficult time paying attention to it in school, so it's just so confusing to them. And instead of just sitting there and like trying to like the easy answer is just like, I just don't want to do it, it's stupid, but there could be like a whole thing behind it. So really just communication is so huge.
And they're still children. Remember, we don't communicate the same as children. These kids only really know, I hate it, it's stupid. Because what they're trying to articulate in their mind, they literally just don't have the language for yet. Like, imagine how many times throughout the day do you try to say, it happened to me 3 times on this stream, where we try to say something and like, I just don't have the word for it. Well, guess what? Instead of being like, as an adult, we're not like, never mind, this is stupid. Well, some of us do. But we try to think about it. These kids, and if they're being yelled at, you're stressing them out. And then at the same time, they're just going to be like, I don't know, Dad, it's just dumb. And you're just like, no, homework's not dumb. Math is important. And you're just like, maybe, what if their homework is too boring for them? And they need to be challenged harder? What if they're challenged too much? You just need to... What's funny about that?
Who wants homework to be harder, Andrew?
When I was younger, I wanted it to.
No, but I get that.
No, that's the thing is that, like, when I was younger, in middle school, I remember telling my parents, I'm like, I'm not doing it because 10 of the problems are the same. If I do it once, why do I need to do it 9 more times? I just proved that I knew how I could do it. And my teacher should be able to be like, yeah, he knows how to do it. If I can do 1 geometric proof, I don't need to do another 15. You saw it, it's right there. But in my mind, it's practice. Something I didn't realize as a kid. But instead, a lot of people were telling me, you just need to do it. And it's just like, well, that doesn't help me at all. So, talk to your kids. So, I think it's a good time to get into some of the crystals, or
yeah. I think.
Is that what do you have?
Let's see. I was just gonna see what else I had left.
So
I really just So this is just the little section that I had. Yeah, what we're here to do. Yeah. I mean, we pretty much talked about that.
Hey, have a good time.
I wrote down, we're the ones asking our parents, why are you using that? That's horrible. Use this. Or why are you doing that this way?
I literally did it to my dad the other day, and he was just like, just let me be me. I was like, well, you're stop it. I was just saying, and I didn't have words for it because I'm just like, dude, just stop. He's just like, I just want to be me.
Oh, it's so funny. My dad, love my dad so much. He's super, super healthy. He eats so good and he works out all the time. He rides his bike to work. Like, he's great. But when it comes to I love skincare products. I'm an esthetician. So, I'm always coming home with different products and stuff. And he's like, why are you putting all that chemicals all over your skin? That's not good for you. And all this.
It's like, Dad, I think you need this actually.
So I sit and I'm Dad, look at these ingredients. They're all natural. And I'm like, what are you using? And he's pulling out the Dove. All
Dove is one of the worst products.
Yeah, and all these stuff. I'm like, Dad, yes, I love products, but these are all natural ingredients.
But it's $2 cheaper. It's okay, well, it's what a dad response.
And then he's always my skin's always so dry. I'm like, Dad, just put almond oil, not Dove.
No, I literally, this is going to sound crazy, but an old Middle Eastern thing, my grandmother always used to do, it's oh, you hurt yourself? Olive oil. It's oh, you're dry? Olive oil. Oh, you woke up today? Olive oil.
Olive oil is so
Windex,
good.
Right? It's oh, you have a cut? Windex. It's what? No. It's
So yeah, that's funny. Also, another funny story. I wrote down we're drawn to using less plastic and using more eco-friendly products.
Yeah, I hate plastic.
Straw.
What? Oh.
So
I have a great story for all of you.
I watched this video. I'll let you finish it, but I'll start it. I watched this video because I follow a lot of vegan community, whatever pages. And it was really sad. There was this sea turtle, that had a straw stuck on his nose. And it was just awful. And then I came to a realization, and I'm like, why do I need to use plastic straws? I can just like drink out of the glass, like whatever. Or at home, I have reusable straws, and I have been using straws again. I can't say that I see. Honestly, I've been using straws again because of this person.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
I have literally. You didn't do anything.
So
okay.
You're probably wondering why I'm doing this. This is a visual. All right. This is my favorite story of Meg because it's the way she did it. So we were at TGI Fridays, and this waitress, I felt so bad. She was.
Oh my God, horrible. I was not that bad about it.
We were probably like her 12th table, and she's just like doing her job, right? So we order our drinks, and I get made fun of for ordering a soda because, and then so that already happened, and then she puts straws on the table because it's her job to do so. Otherwise, she gets yelled at, and so Meg grabs all the straws and looks at the waitress and goes, "We don't need these." and she said, just like that.
I did not throw them. I did not throw them, Andrew.
That's the favorite part of the story. That's exactly what happened.
I'm not at her. I did not throw them at her.
We don't need these. And that's exactly what happened. I probably am underselling the story because that's exactly what happened. Nick. Yeah.
But I do not recall being as rude as they say that I was. Okay.
It's literally my favorite story.
Anyway, pretty much after that, I started just using straws again.
Oh, we all talk about it still. Every time, like,
I know.
Even when she's not
all
there.
The time.
Even when she's not there, like, I'm out with, like, my friend Bedros and stuff, and we get straws, we're like, we don't eat these. But, you know, regardless of the joke, straws are bad. You know, they are going into sea turtles' noses. Things like that. Story, maybe. It is the most accurate story I've ever told in my life.
No, it's not. I did not throw them at the waitress.
I think that story was more accurate than me telling you what I had for breakfast.
Anyway,
well, I mean, you didn't like whip it at the waitress. You know, it's like a little. You don't need these.
So we're here to bring change, but try not to be rude about it.
You brought up the story. I'm just the messenger.
Try not to be rude about it like I was.
Well, I mean, like, you weren't like completely rude. It's just so funny. Like, we don't need these. It's like the way you said it too. It was like not even the throwing aspect. You could have just been like, we don't need these, and I still would have laughed. Just like it's just like, I'm sorry, I gave you straws. It's like, oh, damn, I hope they tip me still. It's like I just wanted them to like be able to drink their drinks without putting their mouths on the gross glassware, you know, that like everyone's mouths go on.
Yeah, but everybody uses straws.
Huh? But what if other people are like, we don't need these? You know?
Yeah, but we're like eating with the same forks as everybody else. So what makes the difference of like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, so you can't use that excuse.
What?
Or people can't use that excuse.
Anyways, that was a great story. So.
Oh, actually, okay. Around that time, I just want to add. I want to add another story,
like,
though.
You know what? I'm done. I'm out. Oh man! I think the comments are turning into a roast session. Megan saved so many turtles.
Thank you, Kate. I hope so.
This is literally the most I've laughed on a live stream.
when I during that time when I wasn't drinking out using straws at restaurants, I was out with my family and I was sitting next to my uncle and I got a cup of water and I didn't use my straw, so I was drinking out of the cup and he's like, "Why aren't you using your straw? It's gross. Other people have their mouth on the cup." I'm like, I mean, they washed it. And then 2 seconds later, he gets a beer. And so he's drinking the beer out of his cup. And I'm like,
yeah, but they
what? What's the difference?
Alcohol kills bacteria. That's why. Just one on the table before my shit.
Anyways, let's see. I guess we'll start talking about the crystals now, Andrew.
You have to go first. I can't.
Okay. So, we're talking about two crystals today.
Sorry. I'll come back together. Don't worry.
Okay. Azurite. Okay, so that is one of the crystals we're talking about, and then we're going to talk about amethyst. Okay, now we're too silly. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like, let me hide my face.
Too silly.
Don't look at me.
Okay, so azurite.
Sheena, if you rewind or like go back and look, you'll see why I'm laughing so hard. What are you doing?
I'm hiding.
I'm hiding.
Everybody knows about my straw story now.
I know. Your straw story is on the whole internet.
And it's going on YouTube.
Oh, man.
Speaking of YouTube, all of our live streams are going to be going on YouTube from now on.
We have a, what is it called? I like keep pointing like you can see what I'm doing. We have a link in the comments there. So
we do. We have a link. Oh yeah, YouTube. Okay, see it.
Also, we should probably bring this up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so everyone that's commented, and if you just got on, please comment. You will be entered into our wheel, and that will be spun at the end, and you get a chance to win this beautiful quartz crystal. So I bring it down here.
And if anyone missed the story we just talked about, please rewatch this stream.
Andrew just wants everybody to see it now.
Of course I do. There is the most amazing story you'll ever hear in your life.
Hi, Taylor. So everyone who has commented, even if you just said hi, your name has been entered into the wheel to win this. We just got these in. They're beautiful quartz points. They're very clear. So we will announce the winner at the end.
Hello, Lisa.
All right, so we should talk about azurite. Azurite. Did I say that right?
I mean, it sounds cool, but it's azurite.
Azurite. Oh my god, I can never say them right.
I think I felt the comic crap and was beckoning. Exactly.
Also, actually, before I get into this, I want anybody on here, if you have heard of rainbow crystal or indigo children before, I want you to just let us know that you've heard of them before.
Yeah, and if you have any experience
and then if you,
yourself.
Yeah, or if you didn't, just say like, this is my first time hearing about it. Yeah. I'm just curious. I want to know how many people out there know of it now. Yeah, I kind of stupidly, I don't want to say I regret any of my tattoos, but I did get indigo tattooed like literally right on my arm when I was younger, and people ask me about it all the time, and I'm like, how do I explain this? See if I feel like if it's a stranger, I'll just say, it's my favorite color or something.
Sheena came into the store yesterday. She told me about a song that is all about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's tons of songs. There's a rapper out there called Rory, and he has a song called Indigo Children. Indigo Children. And God's Whisper, which is about indigo children. So, even, who's the person that does Two On? Tinashe? No. Yeah.
I'm a heavy metal guy.
Two On.
I literally have no clue.
It's like a hip-hop, rappy kind of song.
You lost me.
Anyway, she has a song called Indigo Child, too.
I am like
Tinashe.
metal.
Yeah, Tinashe.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Sarah.
Whoever that is.
Anyways, so it's known, it's getting around. More people know about it. So Sarah's heard of them.
It seems like a lot of people have. Nina has. She commented earlier.
Nice.
Or yeah, Sheena, yeah, but nothing is better than hearing the beautiful voice of Maynard singing about it. Maynard.
Oh.
Maynard. I don't know if I'm
I
familiar
gotta look
with
into
Maynard.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
you know the song,
Oh, it's Tool.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
crap, what's the song? It's kind of a Mad World.
Oh.
That's supposed to be about indigo children, too.
Yeah, metal. Woo!
It's like our depression side, Mad World.
Yeah, right? All around me. I'm not going to start singing.
All right, so let's get into crystals now. Okay, so
All right.
azurite.
Yes.
I said it right that time?
As a reading.
Okay, so this crystal, which we have a big hunk of it right here, although you said when it turns green, it turns into something else?
So the green is the malachite. Azurite is the blue on the edge
Okay.
here. And it
'Cause
like
I thought
grows
I was
with it.
reading that the blue can turn green.
I've never heard of that. I'll be
Okay,
honest,
well,
but
I
it's
think that's in
possible.
here, you know what I'm
I don't know,
looking
I
at.
just never heard of it.
I picked out this crystal in particular because it can really help with these children. It's actually known as the Stone of Heaven because it is one of the strongest crystals that's recognized to help make a connection from the physical realm to the spiritual realm. So it is found like all over the world. Australia, Chile, Africa, China, in the United States, in Utah, New Jersey, Arizona. So it's around. So it has this beautiful deep blue color to it. I'm just going to put one of these underneath the screen here. So this actually used to be used as a dye back in the day. So like in Egyptian times, so they
It
would
used to be used
it
as
for
paint too, I think.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
like paint.
So
like,
dye for paint, for clothing, maybe even makeup? Question mark? No.
I think so.
Yes.
The Egyptians also used lapis lazuli for makeup, which they said was one of the reasons why, because it's toxic too. They said it was one of the reasons why Cleopatra actually died.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's still used as a
Dun, dun,
color
dun.
base for some paints now.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it does have this beautiful blue color, so that would make sense. I feel like it can crumble easily too.
It can.
Yeah.
It can.
So it would be easy. You know what's interesting about malachite? Like I said, I'm an esthetician. So my spa, we just came out with the product line that we carry just came out with a new mask that has malachite in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's called Time Balancing Malachite Mask.
Can't that be toxic?
Well, exactly what I had told Bethany, our coworker, about it when I came in. I'm like, so cool. We have a mask at work that has malachite in it,
Yeah,
but
you get copper poisoning.
exactly. So I guess it can actually be really beneficial for your skin, but like, I think it has to be, I don't know, processed or like maybe in very
like
small amounts or like something. But if you're gonna ingest it, that's not
Oh
good.
no,
or, like,
yeah, like a lot
yeah.
of people was putting in their like fish tank, and their
Yeah.
fish died.
I'm sure if you
Like-
took like straight up like malachite and like rubbed it all over you, that would not be
Yeah.
good like that, you know. But as for, I guess it's in some beauty products and it's actually pretty good.
Interesting.
So this is a really good stone for your third eye chakra. So indigo. And then also your crown chakra. So it's also a good crystal to help with stress, worry, grief, sadness, and it helps develop your creative gifts. And then one
Yeah,
more
Sheena, don't do
thing I wrote down. Oh yeah, don't lick the rocks.
Probably shouldn't be licking any of your rocks, just in case.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they taste good.
Oh yeah, be careful with crystals around children because they like to lick everything and put
Yeah, and they're
everything in their
colorful
mouth.
and shaped cool. Like, you know.
It's called the Stone of Indigo because this stone holds very good qualities relating to the memory, communications, and indigo children, which is cool. And I guess this stone has an intense indigo aura
Huh.
as
Interesting.
well.
So it can match those of indigo or
Yeah.
themselves.
So let's go through some of the pieces that we have here.
Okay.
So
let
all of the
me-
pieces I'm showing are going to be 20% off today.
for the next 24 hours.
Oh, 24 hours now?
Yeah, we're doing 24 hours. Now.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
you have longer than 11 p.m. tonight. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what time tomorrow? 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock. 6
Yeah,
o'clock.
okay. So you
Why
have
not?
until
Yeah.
6 o'clock tomorrow.
6 o'clock.
So again, if you can't see this tonight, if you missed this live and you can't see it tonight and you see it tomorrow instead, as long as it's before 6 o'clock, you can still claim any of these items.
Mm-hmm.
So this beautiful piece, it has some beautiful sparkly blue in there. This one is going to be $16. So this will be azurite number 1. Did I say that wrong again?
Azurite.
Azurite number 1. I'll never say it right. It's so sparkly.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
The sheen.
I like how the sheen. I like how it like. Sometimes you can get azurite crystals that are pretty big too. Those have a wicked sheen on them.
Yeah.
But these are like druzy azurite crystals. So this first one is going to be azurite number 1. You can do azurite raw number 1, azurite number 1, etc. Azurite is spelled Azurite. For anyone who didn't know that wants to claim.
And this would be $16.
Need.
Yeah, and again for claiming, you just comment.
Yeah.
So either right now or later on, if you see this, just comment down below.
Mm-hmm. Is that number 2?
This is number 2. So this one has even more blue on it. Again, that like sparkly blue.
I like caverns too.
Ooh.
Blue caverns.
Did you say that this is what killed Cleopatra?
So they say I read that like lapis was crushed and created the blue makeup that they used, and that's what led to her death. Okay. But it could be azurite too.
I was gonna say this would be a beautiful eyeshadow.
You're like, I want to do it. Like, please tell me it didn't kill Cleopatra, because I want it on my face.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for it to focus here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's
there we go.
Focusing that well.
Oh no, it was focusing, Tom. Like 2 seconds. No.
Yeah, is it like? Is it on autofocus? It's weird because it's not.
Like the background is like focused. It's just not. There we go.
Yeah. There
okay. All right, so this is number 2, and this is going to be $20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so azurite number 2, and this will be $20. So this is a really good crystal to meditate with. Mm-hmm. You can just leave it right on your third eye. All right. Number 3. This one's cool. It looks like there's moss on it.
Yeah, all the malachite
like
on there.
Blue and green moss.
Or possibly azurite turning into.
Yeah, no, I did read that somewhere.
Yeah,
I did. I don't know if I wrote it down though.
Maybe it's malachite growing on the azurite, and maybe that's why they're saying it like turns into it.
I don't know.
Because it still has the shape of that.
Oh, I gotta see if I wrote it down. Oh, it starts right here. However,
its oxidation process is ongoing, and over time, its color may tend towards greenness when it is used in paints without fixatives.
Oh.
So when it's
so that's what I read.
Used in paints, but
so
it's oxidation process. So I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so that was number 3. And wait, how much is this gonna be?
$24.
$24 for azurite number 3, if you are interested. Focus. All right.
Number
4. Ooh. This one's very blue. It has a little bit of a sparkle up here. It's more matte. This has a lot of dimensions to it.
It's more Matthew around it.
It's more matte. That's a cool shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of cool to meditate with. You know, holding your hands.
Yeah, actually, this does fit perfectly in the palms of my hands.
So this one is azurite number 4, and it's going to be $40.
$40 for this one. So if you want this piece, let us know.
They do look like Earth.
Yeah, they do. That's cool. All right, number 5.
This one's going to be $36, and it has a cool little, what I think is like calcite or possibly fluoride on it.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I thought it was some of that goop that we have in this.
So get this off it. So it like rips it off it.
It's the same color as that goop we have in the store. That's cool.
Little craters of blue. It has 2 tones of the blue, which is cool. It's
It
like that
does.
deep and that lighter blue.
And then it has that kind of like coppery color too. And how much was this one again?
This one is $36.
Okay, so 36, and this one is
Number 5.
number 5. Okay. Oh, the sticker fell off and stuck to my finger.
Yeah,
that's why.
All right, next one is number 6, and this one is going to be $24. The next one here.
Okay. 24. Ooh, the sparklies. This one has all different colors in it. Has the light blue, the dark blue, the green, the copper, the sparkly,
Kind
the
of like
matte.
grayish. The sparkly.
Sparkly, the matte.
Sparkle is now a color, everybody. Oh, sold number 4 to Sheena.
Okay.
So number 4 it is.
You got number 4?
I
The
got
earth
number
one?
4.
Cool.
Go.
All right. So this one is number 6. And this one is, what did you say number 6 is again?
$24.
$24. Okay.
Now number 7 is going to be $20.
$20. That's a unique shape. It looks like a state. What state?
Kansas?
It's like something in the middle. Utah? I don't know.
It's one of the 40 ones in the middle.
Anyways, it looks like a state to me. So, this one's cool. Has a little bit of the lighter green color on this side. Again, it has the sparkly. Ohio! Yeah, I was like, it looks like some state. So this one is $20?
$20.
$20, and this is number 7.
All right, now the big
The one that's as
$80
big
for
as
this
my
one.
face.
Woo! This one's huge.
Aw. This
Got a
one is
little bit of that
really
blue
cool. It
on
has a
top.
lot of dimension.
It
Like,
is
I
in
wanna,
the
like-
8th dimension.
It's an 8th dimension. Yeah, and then I'll show you the blue that's on the top here. Wow, it even has like kind of a red.
Yeah.
Like, look how dark that coppery color is.
So this is going to be $80.
$80 for this giant piece, and I'll hold it up again so you can see how big it is.
And the amethyst, I'll talk on
Hello, you want to come say hi?
Yeah, you want to come say hi? All right.
Bethany says hi from a distance.
From a distance. All right. So the amethyst, I'll actually talk about as we're going through it, too.
All right, cool.
So we just got these in. This is amethyst number 1. These slap. They are
They're
they're so
absolutely
beautiful.
Whoa.
And this first one is going to be $36. Now, amethyst is really good for everything we talked about, for all of the children that we talked about today, because it connects directly to your third eye and your crown, which is interacting with your pineal gland. This can be decalcified by the vibrations of this crystal, and which will help you not only connect to other people to be able to help them, as like we said earlier, what we're here to do, but will able to help you connect to your higher self to remember what you truly are. So this crystal brings people into their spiritual journey and also continues it for people who already are and already were for this whole time.
This thing is not focusing. You can't see the beauty.
There's
Beauty of
phantoms in
it.
these too. Like there's so much going on. Let me see if I can like get a light underneath it. Like if you can
Oh, yeah. There you go.
like very yeah. It's very bright, but that's how clear these are too. Oh, light. But yeah, basically.
Yeah. So these are absolutely beautiful. How much are we selling this one for?
This one is going to be $36.
36. Oh, Sheena bought one
Yeah, she
yesterday.
did get one yesterday.
Nice,
Yeah. She got a really nice one too. Like very, very nice one.
All right, so I'll put that aside. We have a couple more of these.
This next one is $32. So these are going to be
putting
like
this on my phone.
amethyst jelly points, if you want to call them that. That's what I'm calling them. So
Amethyst
so-
jelly points.
look how jelly it looks like grape jam.
It does.
It looks like a sandwich.
Now I'm craving some grape jam.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Look how nice
that is
that.
beautiful.
Oh, Sarah bought some earlier too. See, these are flying off the shelves. You can see the phantoms on the side there.
It was focused 2 seconds ago. What happened?
This almost has like a reddish raspberry look to it too.
It does.
I don't know if it's bouncing off of your phone case.
I don't really know.
It might be, actually. But point is, these are gorgeous. Mm-hmm. So this would be the time to...
And it even has rainbows in it.
It's got rainbows in it, like everything.
Oh, I wish it would focus. What's wrong with it, do you know?
Me? Oh.
Move it around more. Just farther away, probably.
Oh, okay, wait.
Yeah,
There we
there
go.
it is.
Okay, so now you can really see it. And how much is this one?
This one is $32.
32. All right, and this is amethyst number 2.
Yeah, we're just gonna call these amethyst number 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this one's super cool. Like this one's like
Amethyst
a
number
weird,
3.
like standing one, but look at it. They're so like. Do I even need to say how beautiful these are? Like, look at this. Like, I've never seen amethyst this gorgeous.
Me neither.
Like this is like set on rings and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like if it didn't have all these inclusions, these would be cut to be in rings.
Yep. It's beautiful. All right, so that's amethyst number 3 for how much?
For $36 this one.
36. Okay.
Now, this is we chose this one today to put up because this can be used as an energy director if you do happen to find yourself being an indigo child or etc. Rainbow child, crystal children. See, I said it backwards that time. This is going to be amethyst number 4. It's a wand, handcrafted, and it is $240. I believe the center is an opal.
Is it?
And, yeah, I think so. I can't tell actually. Yeah, can you? Or it could be turquoise.
It looks like turquoise.
And then we have a quartz crystal on the tip, but this is an amazing energy director. Great to put on your altar. Just absolutely amazing. And it's carved out of or it's polished royal amethyst scepter. So
Beautiful. There's some rainbows in this one too. Look at that flash.
the flash.
The flash. And how much is this one?
Oh, amethyst 3 sold.
Okay.
Very good. This is $240 for this wand.
Okay. $240 for this beautiful wand.
Congratulations, Lisa. This beautiful one is yours. Bumper. Here you go.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to some spheres. We have 2 of these little spheres.
This first one is going to be... Oh, wait. Did you grab that? Oh, yeah. The first one's going to be $16 for the sphere. So this is amethyst number 5.
Amethyst 5.
I'll give you the other one there.
And this one is
Slightly
just
bigger.
a tiny bit bigger. So this one's going to be $20. And this is going to be amethyst 6.
These spheres are really, really nice. Again, can be used to create energy
rainbow.
grids. Can be used to meditate with if you're holding them. Just very, 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 very nice too. The color that's coming through it, absolutely amazing.
Okay.
All right. So this is the
Number
Royal Amethyst
7.
Scepter. This is going to be $28 actually.
Amethyst 6 is
Can
sold.
I see that?
It's 35.
Amethyst number 6.
That is the sphere right here, the bigger sphere.
Okay. And that is going to Lisa. Congratulations again.
All right, so this beautiful point.
And if anyone is thinking of the wand is a very nice energy director. I love having those on my altar for grids. Even this Royal Amethyst Scepter would do wonders. That's why it's called a scepter. And the wand is carved from a scepter as well, just like how we're holding now.
Okay. So this one is how much?
$28.
28 for this.
Now we're going to get into some clusters here. This is amethyst number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 8.
Yeah.
This is $32.
32 for this cluster.
It's a little lighter in color, but in real life, it's a little bit darker than what you can see on here. So a very, very nice cluster.
Mm-hmm.
And then another cluster. This is going to be $24.
This one's a little bit more sparkly.
Amethyst number 9.
Has
It
these
has some of the goethite in there as
yeah.
well.
So amethyst number 9.
Mm-hmm. Amethyst 10 is going to be $12. Only $12 for this. Like,
And it also has the, what's it called? The
you got
black.
this.
No!
What is it?
The gotholite?
Goethite.
Goethite. Gotholite. I always think it's gotholite. Goethite. That's the little black dots that you see. So this is $12, and this is number 10.
Yep. Now, this next one is kind of frosted. This is going to be $24, but really cool growth on it.
Did you say frosted?
Yeah, like
What's
flakes.
Flakes?
Frosted flakes.
Oh.
Like the cereal.
There's frosted flakes.
I
on
honestly
this.
thought it was a pretty good joke, but apparently it's not landing right. So, so I just meant frosted because, like, if you look at the crystals, they're like matte.
Oh, yeah. I see.
They're matthewed.
Okay. So,
you know?
and this one is number 11 for how much?
$24.
24. Okay.
Can we scroll the comments down a little bit? Just so I can see. The side is gorgeous. Indeed
Yes.
it is.
Yes, it
Now,
is.
the angel. This is going to be $28, and it is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Really
This
cool.
would be a really good gift.
Mm-hmm. Stands up on its own.
I don't know why, but I was like, Grandma, this would be a good gift for my grandma. It even has a rainbow in it in the bottom. It it has multiple rainbows in it, if you can see that. So how much is this?
$28.
28 for this beautiful angel. And it stands up on its own. That's about the size of it. All right.
Now, we have an organite here for you. This is going to be $16, made with copper wire, metal shavings, I believe copper shavings, or gold. Even it looks almost like gold.
Oh,
shavings, but-
Micheline is getting the.
Which? Where?
You gotta be
Where?
quiet.
Where?
Don't say anything.
Where is it?
Very last comment.
Oh. Don't worry, I won't say a thing. Oh, never mind. All right. There's some disparity happening.
Oh no!
So, all right. So
I hope I didn't ruin it.
it's in the comments.
Okay, so
All right.
this is gonna be $16, and we have multiple of these as well, right?
Yes, we do. We go.
So more than one person can claim this one. So this is a good thing to keep on your desk. It's supposed to help with like EMFs and stuff, right?
Yes. Indeed it
There
does.
you go.
So I was just about to say, I feel like one is calling the other right now, being like, no, I'm going to take the
All right, we'll put this one aside.
Now we have a couple pendants for you,
Okay, we have multiples of these, so multiple people can claim
and they
them.
are each $8. One is shaped as a
Okay.
teardrop, and one is shaped as a heart.
So we have the $8 amethyst teardrop pendants.
And the organite was $16. I don't know if I
And
said
then we
that.
have the heart pendants. And so they're each $8. So you can just comment amethyst heart pendant or amethyst teardrop pendant, depending on which one that you want.
Now we have a keychain.
A keychain.
So you can take the amethyst on the go. It is going to only $4 for these keychains. We have a ton of these too.
Yeah, so multiple people can claim these as well.
And like it's very dark, so let me try to show the light through it too.
There you
Like
go.
it's the there you go. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you get it. So
Oh, my light is still on my phone. That's not good. Okay.
so
And then that's it, right?
we have two more.
We have two more.
We have
Oh, yeah.
two amethyst cathedrals. This one is going to be
They're
$48
heavy.
for the indigo on the go.
For
This
the
is
indigo
such a
on the
nice
go,
cathedral
yes.
for $48. Come on. Look at the zoning of that color. The
That
zoning
is
means like where the color is
beautiful.
located.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it up here.
It drops it. No, I'm joking.
Don't tell me that. Don't jinx me. This is number 17.
For $48.
48. That's not bad.
Yeah.
48 for this thing. That's a really good price. Oh, it's like the skeleton hands. Okay.
So then, this next one is going to be $36. These are great
this
for your
is-
desk at work
18. I'll hold it under here.
for
Very sparkly
$36.
inside. 36. Again, that's a really good price for this thing.
Great price to put
It
on
is
your desk at
huge.
work. And,
So this is number 18. Okay.
all right. Now we're getting to the wheel of names.
The wheel of names. Okay, so
Again,
we will give you 1 minute. Comment if you haven't yet. We'll enter your name into the wheel of names. We're gonna spin it and see who's gonna win this beautiful amethyst. Clear quartz point.
and clear quartz is very good as well. This connects you to your higher self. It connects you to basically, essentially, what we were talking about. I'm going to morph what this does because we've talked about it a bunch before. Let's just say this, as an indigo child, as a crystal child, I said it right, huh? As a rainbow child, this will connect you to your purpose. That's like,
And it's really good for clearing.
yeah, very good
Just
for. I mean,
clearing
just
out
generally
everybody's energies that we
everything.
like.
Yeah, amethyst 18
soak
sold.
up.
All right. To
Thank you, Lisa. All right. I guess it's time to spin the wheel then.
So anyone who hasn't commented, comment. You will be put into the wheel of names. And
Also, I want to know, let us know if you have just watched this now or if you're going to be watching it later. If you think you are an indigo, crystal, rainbow, if you know of somebody, if you've heard of it before, if this is your first time hearing about it, I'd love the feedback.
indeed,
We would love
love the feedback. Yeah. Sorry, I spaced out for a second. Yeah.
It's all that Wendy's.
I know. It's making me dumb.
That's another thing, actually. Just like a quick little comment while we're getting the wheel
I
ready.
roasted her, so she's gonna roast me at some
Is
point.
no okay. I can roast you another time. I have plenty of roasts.
I used a spoon. We don't eat these.
We are very sensitive to things. So, like I was saying earlier,
Yeah.
like products like used to give me hives and stuff. Like when it comes to food and stuff, if we're eating junk, we can have like crazy brain fog. Like we can have bad behaviors. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
We're just sensitive in general. Like honestly, like
very
I just-
sensitive.
you know, it's funny. Like a bunch of my friends always are like, "Dude, why are you so like sensitive?" And I'm like, "I'm not sensitive." I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" And then, of course, then I'm just like sensitive about being sensitive. So, deuces. So sorry, whatever. so you know, then it's just like I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? So like, you know, yeah, we're pretty much sensitive to everything at that point. But yes,
All right, we
it
ready?
is time for the wheel of names. So, I'll be in Thursday to pick those up. Perfect.
Got
Awesome.
a new method here.
Yeah, new method.
Thank you, Tom.
And show it better. So,
Okay.
bum bum ba dum bum bum.
Are you gonna make it
Time
big?
for the wheel of names. The wheel of names. Oh, sorry. See, now I can't even sing all the Wendy's. It's just
Oh,
ruining
the
my life.
Wendy's.
No. Sarah.
Oh,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Let's get a round of applause. Everyone in the comments, even though we
All
can't hear you,
right,
a
you
round
win
of
the
applause.
beautiful quartz
We win.
point.
We win. Wow. You win this quartz. This is not my phone. There's a lot happening. Here you go. Let me
Yes.
hand this over here. All right, I'm back. So, you win this.
All right.
Beautiful quartz.
Oh, that makes me really happy too, because she buys stuff from us all the time.
All right, there you go.
Very loyal customers. Thank you. All right, Sarah, this is yours. We'll put it aside for you.
Awesome.
Okay, so I guess that
All right.
concludes our live stream today. I'm glad I was back.
Yes.
Let us know your
Yes.
thoughts. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Yes.
All right.
And we hope you have a good week. And remember,
Yes.
if there is anything you want us to talk about, please comment.
Yeah.
You can comment on the video after the stream. It gets archived to our Facebook. So you can go back. You can listen to that story about Meg. Please do. Let us know next week what you think about it, because I'm very curious. If you found it as funny as I did, you'll see me dying laughing. So we don't need these. But anyways, let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about. It's not like we're running out of ideas, but we can always have more.
Yes.
So, thank you,
Thank you.
and have a good week.
Peace out.
We're still live.
Um.
Bum, bum,
Song.
bum,
The credits.
The credits going over our logo. The hosts, it's me, it's her, it's her. It's like, all right, I don't know. The owners.
We really need to come up with a song.
Oh, seriously, yeah. No, I can't.
It's
just-
Kai. It's
Kai.
Adrian. I'm copying you. The button pusher.
The button pusher.
No, I was the button pusher
Oh
today.
yeah. The funky crew.
We got lots of cool people that work here. Adriana, Bethany, Brent, Coral,
Whoa.
Adrian,
Why
Pat,
you say it like
Andrew.
that? I sound like a robot.
It's like one
Me.
of those songs with the rap.
Don't-
Yeah, right. And Mr. Funky.
Don't want to forget about Mr. Funky. He's important.
And you. Everybody.
This wouldn't be happening without you.
It really wouldn't. So, thank you.
All right. Nice. Cut.